Golden crosses are typically a signal that a lot of traders look for when they're looking for upward movement of their stock or their crypto token. Well, guess what? There are golden crosses just about everywhere. And no, I'm not talking about Easter time. There are golden crosses happening across a lot of different coins in the crypto space, and earlier today, Bitcoin just had its own golden cross. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what this could mean for the rest of the crypto sector, Bitcoin, what price movement actually happened after the last golden cross, not just for Bitcoin, but for XRP, and if these crosses actually mean anything. In other crypto news, there was actually a big day in Washington today as the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, was being questioned by the US Senate Banking Committee. And in it, there was several remarkable moments that I'm going to talk about, some of which goes to the clarity, some of it goes to the clarity that XRP holders in Ripple have been searching for, and some of it just goes to some strange questioning by the US Senate. And not so good news for Solana. Earlier today, they had basically a power outage. When asked if they unplugged it and then plugged it back in, they said, well, yeah, that's actually what we're doing right now. Solana has actually had a 7-hour blockchain outage, and I'm going to talk about what actually caused it and what these developers are actually hoping to do. But right now, Solana seems to be holding strong, but I got some more details in this video. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel, we're covering the Ripple versus the SEC case, as well as other cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any of those topics interest you, do two things. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon, and I always believe that people in the crypto space are some of the most generous people in the world. So if you are feeling generous, I'd really appreciate it if you do two things, and that is smash the thumbs up button and also watch this video all the way through. Those things really help out, and they're really the best thing you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's jump into it. So Solana earlier today announced on Twitter that it's been having some network difficulties because one of its protocols on the Solana network was just becoming so big. In fact, an article that I read about it said the popularity of Solana and its price movement is causing it to have so much traffic. It was explained that there was some sort of bot trading going on surrounding the Grape protocol, which is a new protocol that has just launched on the Solana network. And there was so much bot trading of these tokens going on that it actually flooded the network with so many transactions that they called it basically a forking and overpowering certain nodes, which actually knocked the nodes off the network, offline, and caused the rest of the blockchain to basically freeze. So what they're doing is all of the node operators are basically trying to coordinate a basic restart. So yeah, they're literally, so that's kind of what it sounds like, literally unplugging it and plugging it back in. So they hope to have this online very shortly. And like I said, the price of Solana seems to be holding strong, but it's one of those things that's not supposed to happen to blockchain. So as the story develops and more details come out, I'm definitely going to be covering this one because Solana might have just had a little hiccup in its race to catch up to Ethereum. But as I was reading one of the articles that stated, technically Solana is still in beta mode. And moving into the price points of Bitcoin and what is happening with these technical analysis and what's happening called the golden cross. So let me define what that is. A golden cross typically in trading terms means that's when the 50-day moving average crosses above the 200-day moving average. Typically signals that the most recent price of a stock or a cryptocurrency is generally moving upwards, and it's generally a good sign. They're similar to how a death cross is when the 50-day moving average dips below the 200-day moving average, typically signals that the stock or crypto's been sliding down. Well, in this case, it's actually been moving up in the price of Bitcoin, and it's kind of been holding steady, and people have been kind of waiting for this golden cross on Bitcoin to actually happen. So it actually happened earlier today, and it's basically continued to climb at a reasonable pace. Now, the last time that Bitcoin had its golden cross, it was somewhere around the $7,000 mark. So make of that what you will. That was just before it went on its parabolic run up to 65,000. XRP, on the other hand, already had its golden cross. XRP had its golden cross on September 1st, and that's when it went from about $1.20 to $1.40 right before the flash crash happened last week. So the last time that XRP had its golden cross, before the one on September 1st, it basically traded sideways for about 2 months, and then had a parabolic boom where it went from 60 cents to $1.96 in a matter of about 10 days. So make of that what you will. Some traders say there's a lot to be looked at. It's one of the key indications of whether something's worthwhile to at least look at. And some traders say it really means nothing. It's just a lagging indicator. It just means that's what happened over the past couple of months. In the crypto world, especially during market cycles, during active bull run market cycles, those indicators tend to be far less important. But nonetheless, make of it what you will. And finally, as we move to what Gary Gensler said in front of the US Senate Banking Committee today, we were looking for clarity. As XRP holders, as Ripple was actually looking to see what Gary Gensler said in terms of providing clarity to the crypto space regarding what he was actually going to say. Because if you watch my video from yesterday, when I talk about how Gary Gensler's outline was actually tweeted out by Jeremy Hogan, and it largely said that he was basically going to make no bones about it, he's going after exchanges. Well, today in front of the Senate Banking Committee, he basically said, well, when he was answering questions, he was basically saying, well, the laws that are in place, if you guys want to change the laws, it's going to have to go through Congress. What Gary Gensler does is he goes to these crypto companies and he says, the law is very, very clear. And then when he's in front of the US Senate Banking Committee, he says, well, the law is very broad, it's very vague. So Gary, this is why there is no clarity in this space. And this is one of the biggest reasons why you're going to lose this Ripple case. And I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see some highlights from this, because throughout the questioning, there were some very interesting points brought up by senators. You gotta love these senators. So Senator Elizabeth Warren, she's made no bones about it that she doesn't like crypto. In fact, she said as much, because in her comments today, she actually made the statement that crypto is unreliable, devastating, and dangerous. I think what she meant was when she was talking about the current state of this administration. But the other part that I tweeted out, and you can go ahead and check the link in the description for my Twitter account where this will be posted. Senator Haggerty was asking Gary Gensler what he was thinking about when he was suing these crypto companies. I don't know if he was trying to make a joke, but he literally said it. This is a member of the US Senate Banking Committee in the US chambers questioning the head of the SEC, Gary Gensler. He asked Gary Gensler, when referring to the companies that he's going to sue or that he wants to regulate, do you consider yourself to be their daddy? To which Gary Gensler said no. And to which I thought, did that just happen in the US chamber? And then Haggerty followed it up with, well, then why are you acting like it? And I get his point. And I guess for some reason he wanted to go viral on Twitter, because that clip, it's pretty much doing that. So you can go and check out the description below. I'll have a link to that posted on my Twitter profile. Probably a lot of other people tweeting out that clip as well. And all of this is happening. Jeremy Hogan actually tweeted out something that a lot of people probably actually missed. And he said during this Senate Banking Committee meeting where Gary Gensler was being questioned, Brad Garlinghouse, who is the CEO of Ripple, was tweeting out his thoughts on the whole thing. And as Jeremy pointed out, wait a second, today was the day that Brad Garlinghouse was supposed to be deposed by the SEC. At the same time. So either a couple of things. Either that deposition never happened, or Brad Garlinghouse is doing two things at once, which would be amazing if he was getting deposed and watching Gary Gensler at the same time while live tweeting it, or somebody else handles Brad Garlinghouse's Twitter account. But in any case, I thought that was a great catch. I retweeted it. You can see that on my Twitter profile as well. Today was also a big day for the Ripple versus SEC case, because this is the day that the SEC was supposed to turn over documents to Judge Netburn for review. Now, it'll probably be another day or a couple of days until we find out what documents were actually sent. But nonetheless, that is a very key part in this case. So if you are new to this channel and you want to follow along with that story, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you'll be notified when I put out those videos. Also, leave a comment in the comment section below on what you think Gary Gensler is actually going to be doing during his tenure as head of the SEC. Do you think he actually wants to go after exchanges like he said and give them no warning and just flat out go after them? Or do you think he's going to leave it up to Congress, where we have people like Senator Warren, who basically says all of crypto is dangerous and unreliable? So once again, thanks for watching this video all the way to the end, and of course, giving it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.